Okay, this one's a little different from what I usually do. Usually it's a Volvo or a motorcycle, or I suppose once in a while a Dodge diesel truck. But today it's a Hyundai. This is my girlfriend's car. And the issue this car has is that it's always losing coolant. The coolant level is always going low. And I went so far as to leave it in the shop so that I could start it when it's cold and try to figure out where this leak is coming from, because I could never find a leak from anything in the engine compartment. Finally, I caved and I bought the Snap-on pressure tester adapter. That was like 80 or 90 bucks. So I could properly pressure test it, because I didn't want to buy one of those huge Amazon kits and have another box full of crap. I just wanted the one adapter anyway. Still couldn't find the leak. And the pressure gauge would barely go down after sitting overnight, whether it was hot or whether it was cold, either one. Sometimes you got to try it hot or cold. Well, I finally figured it out. And if you have a Hyundai, maybe you've seen this, but this is not something I've ever seen before. So let me get it up in the air so I can show you what the problem is. And I'm going to give you a hint on what is needed to fix this issue, at least temporarily. So there's your hint. Now let's get it in the air and I'll show you. So like I was saying, I would pressure test it and look everywhere in this engine compartment area for leaks. Look at the radiator. Look, in my experience as a mechanic, look everywhere I've looked. But sometimes you have to open your mind a little bit and look everywhere. The exhaust, or the cat, has a heat exchanger. There is coolant flowing from the engine compartment into this chamber in the exhaust, and what do you know? It leaks. Replacing this heat exchanger, it's not available separately from the cat. You have to replace the cat. It's about $1,000. You can get one on eBay. I don't think they'll ship it to California, but maybe I could find a way to do it. But I don't want to put a used cat in this car. I don't want to spend $200, $300, $600 even on a used one. I want a cheaper fix. I thought about removing this pipe, grinding away this weld, trying to weld it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to bypass it. This is something that is probably used in colder climates. I'm here in California, in the Bay Area. And I guess the idea is, because this is a hybrid, if the gas engine isn't running much, this is going to help accelerate heating the coolant in the engine compartment. Kind of does make you think, though, because if the engine running doesn't produce enough heat that they want to scavenge some heat from the exhaust, well, that still requires the engine to be running. I guess the thought is there's some residual heat in the cat that you want to capture as much of it as you can if you're, in hybrid mode and the gas engine isn't running and you need heat. So I'm not really sure we're going to notice much of a difference. We're going to see, the coldest it gets is 40, 50 in the mornings. We'll see if she tells me that the car doesn't warm up in the morning. So if you have a Hyundai Ioniq, I think it's on the Nero maybe, and you have this problem, and you're not in too cold of a climate, this is what I recommend you do, at least temporarily, because I'm always worried she's going to run this thing dry. I check it once in a while, and usually the reservoir is low, like it was today. But once she got an overheating message, and one time she told me my heat's not working, and it was just because there was barely any coolant in it. So I'm going to go ahead and install this, find a way to secure this. We'll check back in. Well, I'm not totally happy with this. What I have is the bypass installed, and it's just zip tied to the two ports where the coolant was flowing. I had thought about cutting these hoses back so that I could fit this in a better spot where it's not going to potentially rub against the heat exchanger. But I want to keep these original. If I could get some from the junkyard, I might make a shorter version, maybe that can be tucked here. This to me is the best compromise. I don't have it rubbing up on this flame shear. I have it kind of tucked on the side, where it's just going to touch the transmission tunnel a little bit. This part shouldn't get too hot. It'll still get hot. It's right in the exhaust, but I can't unbolt this. I can't get it out of the way. It's welded here. So at least this way, the bypass is, I didn't want to get it too close to the cat, although this is where the hoses naturally live, is about this far away. So I guess this is enough to protect them, and that heat shield is enough. So we're gonna try this, just check on it once in a while. But if you have this issue of this coolant leak, at least this will get you down the road and you don't have to worry about losing coolant. So I'm gonna keep my eye on this and we'll see how it goes.